So hey guys, welcome to our CoverGirl panel. We are the Supergirls of SuperCon. Just gonna go down the row and introduce ourselves. So starting with,
I'm Varun. I can't really tell, and I don't know if this is on. Is it? I was Sea Viper in the Street Fighter shoot, and last year I was Jake in the Adventure Time shoot.
I'm Kim, also known as Kim Kashi, and I was Chun-Li Alpha in the shoot.
I'm Nikki, also known as Zippertan. I was Jury Han for the Street Fighter shoot.
And I'm Megan Coffey, and I was Cameo White in the Street Fighter shoot.
So we're just gonna go over, I guess, like how we put the whole thing together.
Hi guys, come on
and-
in!
Yeah, more
Yay!
people. Woo!
Oh, sweet. Oh,
Oh
not sweet.
my! I didn't know she was 5. Oh. Okay. So the way the shoot pretty much started out is I found out that I was going to be working with a couple lovely ladies and taking into account their body types and skin types and yada yada yada. Had to fill in some roles. So I pretty much assigned certain people that like I think they could like carry it off really well. Like I know that Farron is a very like serious like badass character, so I thought that she could pull off Sea Viper like flawlessly. And Kim is like mad fit, so Chun-Li was like definitely where it was at for her, and had to have Cammy White. So I thought that Megan Starbucks could pull that off really well. As for myself, with Street Fighter, Juri Han is like the first Korean character. Only took them like how many years? But yeah, I was happy to pull her off. So just like assigning that, and then I the way that I run the shoots is that I usually make Facebook events for them where we can like all just kind of like post our updates and like send each other like progress photos to keep each other motivated. So I invited our photographers, LA from I Am Photography, Alicia from Phoenix Design to the event, as well as all of the young ladies. And it was there in that thread that we coordinated and made the shoot happen. And lots of progress photos were taken. I know that, for example, like Megan would post pictures of like her gauntlets. I don't know if she wants to talk about that a little bit. Like,
Okay, my gauntlets were the biggest challenge in the costume because I had no idea how to make Cammy's gauntlets. I see a lot of people using like vinyl and stuff, and I don't know anything about that. So I was balling on a budget, and I made them out of craft glue, or craft foam, hot glue, and a cardboard tube. I think they look pretty good for what they're made out of, and I'm really happy with them. But definitely it was the biggest challenge of the whole costume.
I know that we also had, I would say one of the biggest challenges overall were definitely like all of the wigs. They came from Arta wigs, and the great thing about Arta is that they're heat resistant and really easy to work with, and they come in like all sorts of bright, like awesome colors. So we ordered a bunch from there, and I pretty much styled like a lot of them from scratch. Definitely one of the most hardest ones was the Armica wig, just because it was like 2 ridiculous ponytails on each side. But Crimson Viper's boof was definitely a challenge as well. But she was rocking it yesterday. I don't know how many people saw her run around as Sea Viper, but she was super fierce.
Mad props to you for styling all the wigs in such a short amount of time. I think you had, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it was pretty much like over a 3-week timeline in which we had to like assign everybody the roles, bust out the costumes, bust out the wigs, and then go for the shoot. So yeah, it was I don't know. Timelines are always great because they make you work faster. And as a result, like we all had awesome Street Fighter costumes for this show, so it's like really fun to just like run around in. And I think that for the most part, everybody's pretty comfy.
I was comfortable. I was in sneakers. Walking around, we went downtown to the museum on Broward, the Museum Science and Discovery parking garage, which we promptly got kicked out of. And then we went to the Riverfront garage, which I posed to kick a car that was not any of ours. It was a very nice Mercedes Benz. But that's an unreleased bonus photo that I'm trying to get LA to post.
Heyo.
We just do the guerrilla style photo shoots, I guess. We just show
Yeah.
up somewhere and
Set up,
shoot.
take some shoots. So pretty much everybody's costumes came together over a 3-week period, and for the shoot, we went to the downtown Fort Lauderdale, sort of Las Olas area. We were sort of renegading it by just going to different parking lots and taking photos, but we definitely got the shot that's on like the badges and the photo cover and all that jazz. It was definitely a group effort, which I really appreciate because pretty much everybody like put their efforts into making their costumes, and it really couldn't have been done without them. So, mad props to you guys for sticking with it. Other nuggets of
I think this was the most chill photo shoot that we've done because Zipper and I have done quite a few cover shoots, but this one was the most chill. Seriously, not just because you guys are sitting here, but the most chill group of people, and we did it really fast and really prompt. It wasn't chaotic as it was in the past.
everybody was really easy to work with. Like we started out with the group shots, and then we moved on to the singles. And everybody was very like cooperative and positive. And even though we were like standing around for like a couple hours, and people were in like high heels and wigs and full outfits, like nobody had any problems like whatsoever. So it was really chill doing that. I also just thought of like a random fun fact. So Jerry Han is kind of like barefoot because she's like a kickboxer. And my feet got mad dirty in that parking lot. It was a little terrifying. It was a little scary. I don't know what other fun facts. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Much wow. So texting.
Anything you guys would like to see in the future? Any fandoms that you feel we haven't touched on?
Any photo shoot ideas?
Because normally the covers come from the guests that we get to the events for SuperCon and for anime.
Who got to swing by Alvin Lee's booth so far? No one cur. All right, I was the only person who was fangirling about Alvin Lee. He does a lot of the udon art for Capcom, so his stuff has become pretty iconic. Like, there's a really big spread of like all the Street Fighter characters that he's become pretty famous for. So he's located downstairs, like maybe in front of the food court-ish. So swing by his stuff because his artwork is like really fantastic, and I fangirled really hard because I got like 2 of my comics signed by him. So, and he wears like the funkiest clothes ever. There's like, on Friday he was wearing like this like baseball cap that had flowers on it. I was like, I don't need
yeah,
it.
I saw that. I liked it. I liked it.
So Cali. What else? But yeah, any photo shoot ideas or anything, guys? Or
I think we should do an X-Men shoot. Not for a cover.
I'd love an X-Men shoot.
Because you were saying how you want to do.
I want to do Shadowcat.
You want to do Shadowcat. I want to do Pixie. Even though I've done Psylocke
We want
before.
Psylocke, yeah.
But I really want to do Pixie. I want obnoxious giant wings. And I want to take up hallway space.
Do you guys know who you guys would be if we did an X-Men shoot?
Rule 63 of something. No, I don't know. Could cop out and say Psylocke, her, or X-23, her. I don't know. I'm a really big Gambit fan, but I guess that goes back to like the Rule 63 thing. So we'll see about that.
If we do Rule 63, I want to be Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
You'd be perfect.
That'd be fun.
Maybe a female X-Men group shoot is in order, and then like a female Rule 63 X-Men group is in order, because
Heck yeah.
it's really cool, especially with like a lot of like the paraphernalia. Like they recently just added the trading cards to the roster. I'm sure you guys have seen those around, and it's been really cool. Yeah, you know you've made it when you're on like posters and trading cards and stuff like that.
I feel so cool.
But it's also really cool just like having people like come up to you and like ask you to like sign stuff, and it's very like gratifying because I know that like especially with the Street Fighter shoot, it was like on such a time crunch and like everybody was working their butts off to make sure that their costumes were complete. So like after all is said and done, and like having people like come up to you and like asking you, you know, to like sign stuff, it's really gratifying. So, yeah, really appreciate it.
I like the final products, but I tend to ignore it. When I walk around, I'll hear someone be like, "Oh, that's a Chun-Li. That's Chun-Li," and I'll just be like, "Just go, just walk." I don't know. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but I like seeing the final products and the group shots. I love those. The single shots of myself, I'm like, ugh, my face, my head's big.
No, you're perfect. Those photos are great. You're a great Chun-Li.
Thank you. I just mean like I think it's funny seeing myself blown up. I'm like, ugh. I feel like Attack on Titan or something.
Chun-Li peeking over a wall.
Shingeki no Chun-Li.
I was getting my car washed, and the guy saw I had a Kakashi air freshener, and it's just hanging there. And one of the guys who washes the cars was like, "You like Kakashi? You like anime?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I know you. You're Kakashi. You do the S&J Kakashi." I'm like, "Oh, yes. Yeah, that's me." Super random. I went to an EDM show for Cruella at Revolution in Fort Lauderdale, and I was in line, just waiting, minding my own business, and this one guy was like, you're Fiona. And I was like, nope, that's not me. And he's like, no, you're Fiona. And he's like, come cut in line. I was like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm totally Fiona. Yeah. And I went to the front. It's funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess just like being like a cosplayer or whatever, you know, you look so different outside of costume, but like I've been recognized by like lots of people at like the show and stuff, just like outside of costume, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, Zipper," and I'm just like, I'm in my normal clothes. It's still really cool though, just like walking around and have people like recognize you. Also, like I think that like it would happen like at the Hatsume Fair. They were like, because they do the event at Murakami Gardens for the Hatsume Fair each year to do the spring celebration. So I would have people like recognize me like there, and it's just like chilling.
And it's funny because we had meetings before the shoot, after the shoot, and went to like little parties and get-togethers at the headquarters. And you know, we'd either be all out of costume. We met each other in costume, so we get there and you're looking, and we look at each other for a few minutes, like, you look like you, but you're. It's hard to recognize each other. So there's some people where I messaged them on Facebook afterward, like, I saw you there, but you would not know who I am, like, even though we worked together for 7 hours the day before. Like, I am sorry.
I did see you at Shinju.
You should have said hi.
Well, I had food.
I was stuffing my face. If you
And
came up
then-
to me, I would have been disgusting.
Yeah,
Like,
and then your table was full, so I was like, oh, I'll just leave her be. That's fun. Sometimes we'll take our wigs off and be like, that's your real hair color. Oh, cool. Well, I met these two at the photo shoot last month, but if they wanted to hit me up and be like, you want to go out? Yeah. I'd
we
hang
can
out
go
with
to
them.
Shinju.
Yeah, we can go to Shinju. Nikki and I, we hang out.
Yeah.
But we don't do anything. We don't sit around and powwow about cosplay, and I don't really sew. So
We do.
we consume adult beverages frequently together a lot.
I see Danny Armika a lot. We have we worked with the cosplay calendar before this, so we have like a similar circle of friends / work friends. So we either end up at these shoots together or other shoots or just at cons and stuff. But definitely, I love all the ladies that I've worked with. They're super nice, and I feel like really I guess blessed. I don't know, to work with them. Like honored, I guess is the better word. Because I've never been in a cosplay group before. I'm like, oh my god, now I have people to cosplay with. Like yesterday, you were C Viper and Danny was Armika. I'm like, oh my god, people from the same fandom. We did a shoot together. Oh my, it was really cool.
And it's good networking, working with new people. I think also location is
Yeah, I was
a
just gonna
problem,
mention that.
'cause-
Like, cause some people are like up in West Palm, some are down in Miami, some are in Fort Lauderdale. So, it's just like also like when we do get together, it's like we be chilling, but yeah, gas ain't cheap.
It's also funny because you mentioned the cosplay calendar. One of the photographers who ran that, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew him from college, and then he got into cosplay in his own way, and then it's like you worked with him.
I didn't even know you worked with him or you knew him till yesterday.
Yeah, no, I've known him for like probably 10 years now. So
Wow.
yeah, small world.
You three are from the Adventure Time shoot. You guys did that. I'm new. I guess you
It
were.
cycles in and out. I mean, you've worked with Mike for a long time with SuperCon. Um, I've been cosplaying for a while, and then I just hang out with you. So it's like, it's a mix of people who are responsible and who are consistent with their cosplays, or at least consistent in showing up. And then it's like, the more you expand your circles, it's like, it kind of filters in and out.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with like time. Like sometimes people have like obligations and stuff, you know, like the weekend of, or like they just like, you know, they don't necessarily have the time to like make a whole new costume for like each shoot. But also like we're definitely planning on like making some more shoots and like which we can like open up to local cosplayers and stuff like that. Like thematically like more open stuff, like for example like Nintendo characters or something like that. So hopefully, like we will be doing like more open shoots in which like people can just show up and we'll have like awesome cosplay powwows.
Yeah,
BTW.
sorry, it's been my face for quite a while. I don't know. Mike will just be like, Mike or Nikki will be like, I need you. I'll be like, okay, I'm not doing anything.
I am currently obsessed with Frozen. So I would love to be Elsa or human Okami Amaterasu, or even like Princess Zelda with the armor, but like a heavy armor version. My current favorites, I feel like Supergirl is everyone's favorite. Like anytime Mike needs me, he's like, "Well, what are your cosplays?" I say all of them. He says, "Bring Supergirl," every single time. So I just bring Supergirl. And I like Supergirl and Cammy White. I really like that costume. I'm really happy you forced me to make it because I'm really happy with her.
You made willingly and not forced,
Oh,
and made with
that's
love.
news to me.
I don't know. I've made quite a few over the years. One that definitely sticks out is to celebrate the Chinese New Year, the dragon. I did a like couture Godzilla costume that had this like circle skirt of like craziness. It was like an embroidered Tokyo skyline that I kind of towered over. It took forever, but it was totally worth it. And definitely like one of my dream costumes. If I ever got the skills or I don't even know the materials, it would surprisingly be a queen alien from Aliens. I don't know. I definitely love like really like grotesque like rah, and she's just like so badass. Yeah.
My favorite is definitely S&J Kakashi. That was the one that I had always wanted to do when I first discovered cosplay, and that was the very first full one that I did all out. And that was just more like, I've always wanted to get into cosplay, and I just finally got the stuff together, and I did it. So that's like my personal favorite. Fiona's really fun. I know that she's really played out, but she's super comfortable, and I get to be really goofy about it. But my ultimate one would be probably like a Spartan, like one of the Spartans from Red versus Blue specifically. I really like Agent Carolina, and I love her storyline. So I really want to go to RTX, but RTX conflicts with SuperCon. I haven't been yet, but I love Rooster Teeth, so I would definitely armor, Halo armor.
As for me, the Batwoman is one of my favorites because I've always been a really big Batman fan. And I love the design. Red and black are two of my favorite colors. And I mean, it's the latest one that I made, so it has that sort of effect for a while. Otherwise, my favorite is Star Trek Romulan that I made, sort of an original design. I made the entire thing from scratch, so it's always going to be one of my favorites. A lot of my pieces I combine making from scratch and thrifting, but as for ultimate costume that I would love to do, I have no idea. There are so many options, it's hard to choose.
I would say just like recommendation to anybody who like wants to cosplay or get into cosplay, you know, like don't start out with like your crazy elaborate dream costume. Like pick something simpler that you know that you can like flesh out and just like get it done and like go to the con, have lots of fun, and then like, you know, work your way up from there.
And I say, to go on that, just do it. Some people are like, how did you get into cosplay? Or any advice getting into it? I'm like, just do it. And then the next thing you know, you're a cosplayer. It's fun. And do what you love. Don't be like, this is really popular right now, I have to do this. No, just do characters you like, no matter how old they are, even if they're like, maybe no one's ever heard of them. Because when you start doing and like getting into the characters that you like, you'll find that you have like a whole bunch of cosplays, and then you'll be like, oh, it's been 4 years now since I first did S&J Kakashi. It's pretty crazy. And then you get your face blown up posters. Your Perona came out great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. I'm a huge One Piece fan. I would just want to make the crown. This is actually just leftover Supergirl cape fabric, which is the only reason why I mean, I really love Perona, but like fabric is expensive and I'm balled on a college budget. So I looked at all this red. I'm like, I love Perona. Instead of making her current outfit, I'm going to do her pre-time skip outfit. Done. And this is how it was born. Thank you.
All right, so thank you guys so much for coming to the panel. We have Varen, Kim Kashi, Zipper Tan, and Starbucks. So enjoy the rest of the show, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.